to focus on the reviewing process, both the Conf2 platform and the kinds of things that we'll keep in consideration when we are reviewing an abstract. Now remember that you first have to register on Conf2 as per Claudia's previous communications before you will be able to see the reviewing options in Conf2. So if you've not done that yet, I would suggest that you pause this video, complete that step first, and then return here. If you have already registered and Claudia has linked you as a reviewer, you should be able to see the function enter and edit reviews. So this is what we are going to click in order to get to the reviews that have been assigned to us. Now, as part of our preparation for reviewing for this conference, each one of us will be assigned a number of reviews, which we are going to ask you all to please review all of them. And the purpose of this is for us to refine the reviewing process. We really rely on your feedback to hear what it is that you're struggling with, what is not making sense, so that we can refine it and that we can ensure that our reviews are as reliable and similar as possible. All right, so once I've clicked on that, I get this page. And this page I can see now that 3 reviews have been assigned to me. Review 1, or 3 abstracts at least. Abstract 100 I've already reviewed. That's why that one is in green. 110, which is in the innovation stream, and it's a presentation. And 113, which is in the research stream, also a presentation, I've not yet reviewed. So what I will do now is I'll click on Show Abstract so that I can read the abstract and familiarize myself with it. Once I'm happy that I've read through the abstract, we're now going to go to the process of reviewing this abstract. Now, our reviews are based firstly on the elements of the abstract that we want to be present. So you'll see here that we have similar information to the previous page, and then we have this opening up. On the left-hand side, this is, you could call it a very simplified form of a rubric. On the left-hand side, what we have is the elements of an abstract that we want to be present in these abstracts. So for this abstract, in the innovation stream, it's the background, the particular focus or interest, the work done, links to similar work, implications, and conclusions. For each one of those, I can now go and decide where it sits in terms of how appropriate, clear, and to the point it is, for example, for the background. So I feel that the background is fairly clear, but there are a few things I would have liked in there which isn't in there. There are a few things I'm missing, so that I can't quite get the picture. I think in terms of the particular interest of the work, that is good. It is really clear to me what it was interested in. Description of the work done, also good. I get a clear picture of what they've done. In terms of similar work, relevant and clear, there's very little reference to similar work being done. So here I think it needs significant additional work, and I'm going to click Need Significant Revision. In terms of the implications, again, I feel that they've missed some of the implications, so a 2 again. Conclusions are okay, but maybe they could have added more. So now that I've done that part of the review, I have the option of writing feedback to the author of the abstract. So this is what they can use to improve the abstract. So I'm going to tell them this abstract, oops, and I need to fix the typo. This abstract can benefit up. We're going to get it right, from more information on similar work. You could write something far sweeter and more to the point than this. Now I get another option. The first option here is whether I want to suggest that this is a best, is put in the pile of possible prize-winning abstracts, Best Paper Award. If I click on this button, which I'm not going to do now, another box will open in which you can justify why you think this one should be Best Paper Award. Now, what makes it so good? This also reminds me that we might need to spend a moment talking about when we give 5 to any one of these abstracts. So 5 in each of these categories, you'll see, meets all the criteria and more. That's what it will say in each of these cases. So this is where it really meets all the criteria, it's all there, but there's something more. This is special, this is really new, this is really cutting edge, this is bringing a really new solution to an old problem, etc. So that is sort of the space in which we're looking at these things that might be possible prize winners. And here you can indicate it then with the justification. We can also choose to recommend it as a poster if we think that would be necessary. And then in internal comments to authors, there are a number of things we're going to do here. So when you're reviewing for the SoTL conference, here you will tell us whether you think this abstract should be provisionally accepted or rejected, or accepted, right? So if we say that an abstract is accepted, it means that it meets all the criteria. Everything is present. So we've got all the elements there. Some of the elements might need more work, and we might feel that maybe, they could add a sentence here, explain a theory better, do some editorial work. There might be typos or things like that. But none of these are requirements for them to be accepted. So we're not going to ask people whose abstracts have been accepted to resubmit, but we can give them feedback for improvement, which they can choose to use or not. Provisionally accepted, we only use if the abstract's does not have all the elements present. So there are no implications in the abstract, or no links to similar work, or they have not said, haven't given any background information, or whatever that might be, but one of the key elements is missing. So in that case, we'll make it provisionally accepted. Please note as well that an abstract that has been provisionally accepted cannot be in the pile for possible prize winners. Lastly, as part of this process of testing the system, we would like to ask you to please use this block when you do these first few reviews or abstracts that we are now going to release to you, to use this block to give us feedback on how the system worked for you. Was the rubric clear? Was it useful? Did it help you, or did it detract? What did you struggle with? What elements of the abstract were maybe difficult to look at? This will just help us refine the process and figure out this how to improve our reviews as much as possible. Okay, so I'm going to say that this one can be accepted, even though I said that they need significant revision here of the implications and higher up as well of the links to similar work. I'm not asking them to resubmit the abstract, but I am suggesting that there's a lot more they can do in those areas. So at this point in time, I will say submit abstract, and this is what I will see. So it gives me a screen like this that shows me what how I have evaluated the specific abstract. You will not see what other reviewers gave the abstract, and participants will not receive this. They won't receive a mark, and they won't see what you've given them on any one of the elements of the abstract. This is just for internal use. And ultimately, this is to help us refine the process of selecting possible prize winners. So the only thing that your reviewer will see, or the author will see after your review, is just the feedback that you wrote in that block of feedback to authors. That's all that they will see. And of course, whether the abstract has been accepted or provisionally accepted or rejected. Now, rejected is a function we only use if the abstract is not focusing on teaching and learning. So if someone submits an abstract with a new cure to diabetes type 2, that would be the kind of abstract that we will not accept, because that's appropriate for another conference, but not a teaching and learning conference. I hope this helps you. Please feel free to contact me or Claudia if you have any questions, and we will return to you with more feedback after we've seen your feedback on how you've experienced the system.